If you're looking to purchase agricultural property here in Serbia, one thing you have to take into consideration is that not all crops make money, and not all the crops are able to be shipped to the countries, or there's no demand in there, and not all buyers want what you grow. And so this is going to be the part 2 of our previous video of things to avoid and to look at when you're looking at purchasing property or agricultural property for that matter. But this one is going to be looking at what are the crops that you're going to be growing here in Serbia, what markets are in demand, where are these markets if you're looking to grow certain produce, and what is the logistics of getting that produce or that product out to that market. So today we're going to break down the types of agricultural land that foreign buyers are looking at and what they actually are able to do with those crops. Now, one thing, let's look into this. Serbia is a global producer for a lot of frozen fruits, berries, apples, plums, corn, and wheat. So that is the biggest one right there. As a matter of fact, I believe that we are, I think, #1 in raspberry production here in the world. So that's something to take into consideration. Why do people like owning agricultural land here in Serbia? One is because we have low labor costs here. Productivity is high, and many older farmers are looking to sell off their properties because they are becoming of that age where they can no longer maintain that property. The other one is that Serbia has established really good pipelines to international markets. So we have good pipelines towards EU, Russia, Middle East, and Asia. And depending on that, your product that you're going to be growing, these are the markets you're going to be focusing on. And so with that said, let's get into a crop by crop breakdown and what the income potential is, where you can sell it. So #1 is hazelnuts. So hazelnuts is the holy grail because of Ferrero. Literally, the factory is here in Serbia, and so you have low labor costs, stable market here in Serbia, and it's perfect for long-term investors. And so typically the yield time for that is around 4 years, and the peak profitability for that is anywhere between 7 and 25 years. And of course, like I just mentioned, you can sell it here in Serbia to the Ferrero business that also does Nutella, does Kinder, and you also have the domestic producers here that want it. Italy is also a huge buyer of hazelnuts. Turkey is a hazelnut processor, and then of course Switzerland. So one thing you have to note when it comes to profit is that the demand exceeds the local supply. So Serbia imports a lot of their hazelnuts despite having ideal conditions to grow them here. And so, of course, if you're looking to get into hazelnuts, you do have a longer window before you can become profitable. So you're looking at 4 years just before it starts giving you returns. But again, because the demand is there, you could look at getting into that and possibly find something that's already been established for a number of years where, you know, in the next year that they're already producing a yield on that return. So I would highly look into that. #2, of course, is plums. We use plums a lot for rakia. That's one of the big things that people use plum here. So Serbia is one of the top producers in the world of plums. So you can use it for fresh fruits, dried prunes, premium alcohol like a slivovica, and the biggest export markets for that would be EU and Asia. So Where you can sell these on top of that, you got Germany, more specific countries. You got China. They have a growing demand for dried fruit. Austria and Switzerland. I mentioned that also with hazelnuts. And then you can also sell it to the domestic market for those that are looking to produce rakia. Now, rakia is not only produced at home for personal use. There is a huge market for people who have distilleries and make marketplace rakia, where you can go into a store and purchase bottles of rakia that people make it in their own specific way. Number 3 are going to be apples. Apples is Serbia's one of its strongest export crops. Apples can be sold in various markets, and I think this one is the most versatile one, which is the EU markets such as Slovenia, Croatia, Romania, and Poland. You still have Russia is still a major buyer, though the logistics can vary. But again, when it comes to shipping out any of these products here, that's something we can do here in Serbia. We have a strong logistics team that we can help you export those products to the countries that you're looking to export to. Again, with apples, we also see the Middle East as a strong market. So the UAE, Saudi Arabia, for premium grade apples. And when it comes to profits, high grade apples are great, especially for export. But when it comes to the high grade apples, you're going to need drip irrigation, you're going to need anti-hail nets and cold storage relationships in order to keep your crops fresh until they go into export to the other countries. Number 4, like I mentioned at the beginning, raspberries, which is considered Serbian red gold. Serbia is number 1 and number 2 in global raspberry exportation almost every year for a number of years now, and raspberries can be sold to Germany, France, UK, Belgium, Nordic countries, and they have a high labor cost, of course, but the profit margins also depend on where you're selling it to as well. So raspberries, you can get a high profit as well, as long as it's managed well. So having proper management in place and making sure that it's picked at the right time, that it's packaged right, that it's frozen right away, if that's something that you're looking to do. Now, number 5 is going to be blueberries. Blueberries has exploded here in Serbia in the last number of years. It's considered a premium export market and an export machine, should I say. Blueberries are sold in the Netherlands, Germany, Austria, UK, and Middle East by air freight. The only downside with blueberries is that there is a very high threshold to start in this industry, right? So you're going to have a lot of expenses to get started, but at the end, it's one of the most profitable per hectare of land. So if you have the capital to do that and you're looking to get high profits, that's something you may want to look at doing here in Serbia. Now, the one that you've probably seen quite a bit of is corn and wheat. This is something globally that is always in demand, and you can sell this in various countries: Italy, Spain, Germany, Egypt, Turkey, China. Especially corn when it comes to China. The only issue with this one are that the margins are low on it. Majority of it's sold through the large Serbian grain aggregators. So the profits are going to be lower. However, it's a much more steady income if you're doing it that way. So if you're looking for something that is steady and not high margins, but you're looking for long term, corn and wheat would be something that would be down that path for you. Now, one of the growing trends that we're seeing here is that we're looking into aromatic plants such as lavender. So you can sell this to essential oil processors, cosmetic companies. You can export it to France, Bulgaria, and Germany. So you're seeing lots of Germany here. Of course, Germany is a huge economic powerhouse, a lot of people there. So that's why a lot of these products can be shipped to Germany. But of course, you're seeing other countries coming up in this list. Now, when it comes to profit, it's very niche market, but the market value or the profits on it are a lot higher. So you just got to make sure that your processing is done correctly. But again, there's a lot of higher risk when it comes into this type of market as well. So depending on which aromatic plants you're looking at getting into, you got to make sure that you're purchasing it in the right area of Serbia, that you have the right climate, because of course the southern part of Serbia is a lot more mountainous, where anything north of Belgrade is typically a lot more flat. And so depending on those aromatic plants, they may not like the area that you're purchasing it in. Just because the property is a good price doesn't mean that that crop's going to do well there. Again, the southern part of Serbia gets a lot more snow than the northern part of Serbia, so that's something to take into consideration as well. And you also want to stay in around some of these larger cities as well, especially for import-export purposes. What do we exactly do for clients when it comes to this? So here what we do is we check the soil. We can find people to check the soil quality and the pH. Of course, we don't do that ourselves. We find people that do this, and we have people that do this. We can help identify which crops match that land. We can confirm which buyers operate near that municipality. So if you're looking to sell within Serbia, we can help identify that. We can run profitability forecasts for you as well. We can confirm local regulations here, check worker availability as well. You may not have people in that area that you're purchasing that property at to employ people. You may have to bring in foreign workers, and that comes with another whole other process that we are able to do with. We are able to help you with the logistics sides of things as well, to getting your product from Serbia to other markets. If it's outside of Serbia, we can help verify access to water and irrigation options as well. So there's a lot of things that we can help you with. This is not something that is done overnight. This is something that needs to be done as a long-term investigation, something that needs to be looked at, regulations, because that changes. Municipalities have their own regulations, not all regulations have it. Do you want to be in a free zone? Do you not want to be in a free zone? All these things come into consideration. How are you getting your products out of the country or to the buyer that you're buying it, that's buying it from you? So if you're considering purchasing agricultural property here in Serbia, what you want to make sure is that you're getting into the right market, that you understand what is involved before you see an ROI on that product and how much demand is for that product. And if you're interested in getting into this space, feel free to reach out to us at Relocation Serbia, and we can help you out in all these aspects.